just going to do it again now.
Hi, I'm Cybergrrl Oh, host of Real Biz in SL, one of the awesome business shows on slcn.tv. I took a tour of Accenture Careers Island to see how Accenture is using Second Life for real-world recruiting. Tune in to see the entire half-hour show on slcn.tv. But for now, let's go straight to 5 questions in 5 minutes, where every week I put a company representative in the hot seat to see how Second Life is really working for them.
Hello, and we are in the Real Biz studios for 5 questions in 5 minutes. I'm Cybergrrl Oh, your host, and in the hot seat is Susan Raycroft, Internet Marketing Lead for Global Recruitment Marketing at Accenture. Are you ready, Susan?
I'm ready. Let's give it a shot.
Okay. Question number 1, investment. What kind of investment is your company making in Second Life?
Well, we're really testing Second Life. So for us, I mentioned we just launched this island in March, and the goal is to test and try and figure things out and then apply the learnings from this investment and figure out what we do going forward and how we leverage that across other programs. So I guess the short answer is we're investing and trying, and we'll figure it out as we go.
And what has been like a really good lesson that you've learned so far? What's sort of your most memorable lesson so far?
Well, internally, I would say figuring out how to extend the Accenture brand in a way that makes sense across Second Life. I would say that was the biggest challenge for us, and I think that we've done a very good job with that. Externally, I think we face the challenge of making sure that given our truly global audience, we provided an experience that was really engaging for people all over the world, and hopefully we're starting to deliver on that.
That's really good. I think with the languages, that's very helpful as well. Question number 2, ROI. What kind of return on your investment are you seeing so far?
It really, I know this sounds like an evasive answer, but it really is too early to tell. We just launched the island maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And so I mentioned we're having our first series of events for folks in Australia, and it's just too early to tell. So we'll be looking at that going forward and measuring, are we getting the return that we had hoped, and are people spending the time on the island that we had hoped they would? And we'll be tracking that going forward.
Well, we'll jump to question number 3, measurement. So what will be the metrics that you're going to be using to evaluate your Second Life initiative?
I think they're probably the standard metrics, and at a very high level overall, I would say traffic and engagement. So from a traffic standpoint, are we getting a decent amount of visitors on an ongoing basis, and then in particular around our events that we're having for each of our countries? And then when people do come to the island, are they spending time there? Are they finding the information? I keep using the word engaging, but that's what we're looking for. Are they interacting with things? Are they responding enough, and they're interested in clicking through to the website to search for jobs and apply? How engaging is this experience for them while they're there?
And I'm wondering 2 things, too, that I forgot to ask. One is, do you have people from Accenture on the sim on a regular basis to greet people or to be on hand? Is that something your company does?
We don't 24/7. We absolutely do around our hosted events, and we're hoping that they will happen somewhat frequently, so that there's a good chance you'll have the opportunity to meet someone from Accenture. However, from all the interactive kiosks that we showed as we walked around the island, we do have links for people to contact us. It will take you to a web form, and then you have the opportunity to engage from there with a recruiter and have a one-on-one dialogue outside Second Life.
I was going to throw in another question here, but I've got to turn up that hot seat. And question number 4, worthwhile. Bottom line, is it worth being in Second Life?
I'm going to use the same response that I gave earlier. It's just too early to tell. So we've launched the island. We've obviously made an investment to build what we hope is a very interesting and worthwhile environment for visitors. But as I said, we'll monitor this over time as we have more and more events, and making sure that it's delivering on the traffic levels and the engagement levels that we're hoping for.
Well, that goes to question number 5, time. How much longer do you plan to be in Second Life?
There really is no limit in sight. I think we feel good about our investment that we've recently made with this Careers Island, and we'll be looking at the opportunities going forward from here, not only with our recruit audience, but also employees, current clients, potential clients, investor audience. From here, it's just a matter of continuing to test and try and see what the possibilities are.
Well, we're turning the heat down now. I want to thank you, Susan Raycroft from Accenture, for the tour of Accenture Careers Island and for getting real with us here in the studios. Next week, our guest is going to be GSD&M Idea City, a real-world agency doing research in virtual worlds. This is Cybergrrl Oh for Real Biz and SL. See you next time.